quickly, this one is for Mr. Shivambu. The last time we met, you announced your exit at the EFF headquarters, where you kindly asked us not to ask you about what led to this decision. Now that we are here at your new political home, please expand on what please explain to us what exactly attracted you to the MK party and how that process, what happened for you to find yourself here. Thank you very much.
Yeah, they say you can run but you can't hide. I'll leave.
Thank you very much, Secretary General, and greetings to the President of Mkhonto Wesizwe Party, President Zuma, and the Deputy President, Dr. Hlophe, the Secretary General, Dr. Maseko, the Treasurer General, Commander Menzi, the National Chair is Konsinati Nhleko, and the Deputy National Chair is Commander Sibilwan, and the DSG is Commander Nomuzi. We are here in the press conference of Mkhonto Wesizwe Party to announce the structures of Mkhonto Wesizwe Party. That is the primary purpose, a party which we voluntarily have joined and for correct reasons. When we were speaking in the other platform, we made a plea for avoiding of mischaracterization of an otherwise correct and revolutionary decision and act to join Mkhonto Wesizwe Party. What President Zuma is doing with Mkhonto Wesizwe Party is what the statement of Mkhonto Wesizwe did in 1961 on the 16th of December. To say that now that the liberation movement has been banned, what other platform do we express ourselves? What other instrument do we use to fight for total liberation? There is absolutely no doubt that the liberation movement is no longer existing in the form that it's supposed to. It has been captured totally. It is directed from elsewhere. And then this is a platform. And what is unique about Mkhonto Wesizwe Party, and it's a purposeful foundational approach and principle, is to assemble people who can govern society to come and govern society in South Africa. It's not wishful thinking to say that we've got these ideas of what we're going to do. Is to assemble the best of the best. So if you were to check even with the people that have been identified now, the first consignment that is going to the National Assembly, if you go to check their track record objectively and not bled by these nonsense of right-wing media platforms, you will accept that the contributions that Brian Molefe did in the public investment corporations, in Transnet, in Eskom, you will appreciate the contributions that Esiyabonga Gama did and contributed in Transnet, stable organizations. Whatever can be said, even with the former SARS commissioner, there have been a lot of things which were misled about for a very long time, that everyone else who is not a puppet of the establishment is enemy of the people. That is not the case. And people will think that I'm saying this because I'm on this platform now only. You can check the public statements and writings and articles and even interviews that we did when we came to the realization that for a very long time we're misled in terms of our characterization of society. They said there's capture because they were no longer in control of key state institutions. The white capitalist establishment was no longer in control, and then they said there's a crisis. If there was truly a crisis, why is that crisis not there now? Like, can they show us the crisis which they said existed before? So to assemble the best of the best amongst black people to govern society is a best decision. And to associate with that is a best and sound decision. People who can govern, like it's as simple as that. Like, if you say that who amongst ourselves is the best, and then you say, let's assemble those who can demonstrate that they have got capacity to run otherwise very complex and huge institutions, who are not going to collaborate with the establishment and switch on electricity on and off and say it's load shedding because there's a crisis of this and that. People who are genuine and real and have never done anything wrong, and of course will be criminalized for one reason or another. I agree that we should unite all the progressive forces into common agenda, because this thing of small unviable political parties is not sustainable for the future of black people in South Africa. It's not sustainable at all. We can't, and the temptation as well, and I'm not characterizing the EFF, is that when you have got multiple of these, like they end up being fiefdoms of individuals. IFP, UDM kind of arrangement, what do you seek to achieve with that?
Hello everyone, welcome to GNU according to CD, that is Government of National Unity. Not Floyd Shivambu taking an opportunity to respond to Julius Malema low-key with the question that this journalist asked about why did he leave the EFF, because at that conference that he had where he was basically tendering his letter of resignation, he said he does not want to be asked questions about why he left, Not Floyd Shivambu also hitting and shooting some shots at Julius Malema, calling EFF his fiefdom, low-key of course. And I always say, the worship of political leaders in this country, it is the reason why South Africa finds itself in this situation. Because when you no longer think about the big picture, and the big picture being the people of South Africa being put first, as well as South Africa being put first, all you do is go out of your way and invite the uninvited to come here and steal from us, kill us, and do all these nonsensical things that we are now busy trying to fix. This is the reason why when you are going to worship leaders instead of bread and butter issues, you are going to find yourself jumping ship, because the person that you used to be up in there, you know what, where the sun doesn't shine, does not serve you no longer. You turn around and call it the fiefdom. This is very interesting, I must tell you. So, of course, I had to look down this word fiefdom because I know the word, it's just that I forgot what it means. And I was like, okay, let's go down the rabbit hole and look for the meaning of fiefdom. That is Fiefdom, right? And then let's see what it means. Basically, a fiefdom, it is a territory or sphere of operation controlled by a particular person or group. For an example, a mafia boss who has turned the town into his private fiefdom. Ouch, Floyd Shivambu. Man, I didn't know you could fire some real shots at your former friend and boss. You helped him to create that fiefdom because you worshipped a person instead of looking into the real issues of the people of South Africa. Politics in South Africa seriously can be really boring. And now we are seeing that the MK party has a new structure which is called National High Command Structure. Sounds almost like what EFF would say about their own structure. I don't even know what they call them. And I also heard, instead of them referring to each other as comrades, because you know what we are doing these days, we are aware of the comrades. I love that lady so very much, I must be honest. And the way she says, beware of the comrades, I'm like, yes, girl, we got to be aware of the comrades. So now they call each other commander, goodness, commissars as well. I think I heard somebody using the word commissar. I'm like, oh yeah, this is a direct hit at EFF. Basically, MK party is coming to remove the EFF completely from the South African political landscape. And I think they're going to succeed. I really think they are going to succeed. In my few videos ago, I did say that it's either MK party is going to swallow the EFF, because I see an exodus on EFF going into MK party, not the other way around. So clearly there is something going on with MK party, something that's bigger, that is attracting most of the EFF people. I mean, listen to the wording, listen to the terminologies that they are using. Commander, what they call that national structure, National High Command Structure. They call each other commissars and like what? And the part that I also felt like, They chose the former president Jacob Zuma to be the leader of MK Party. Anyways, he's been the leader of MK Party. I think he was brought on board to be the face of the MK for the general elections that were held on the 29th of May 2024. And now they officially made him the leader of the party. I'm not quite sure if this is interim structure or permanent structure, because I even heard something like they are not going to hold elective conference. I was not quite sure what that means. Do they mean like this is the permanent structure, or they are going to still hold an elective Congress maybe later in the year or sometime next year? I don't know what the situation is, because to me, it sounds very much Fiefdomish. Yup. Somebody's Fiefdom, the MK party. Whose Fiefdom is it? Because you can't shoot at the EFF and then come to another Fiefdom and don't see. It's like the that scripture in the Bible about a speck of dust in somebody's eye and a whole log on your own eye. Type of situation. I don't know, guys. Please make your comment down below and let me know. What do you think is going on? Oh yeah, by the way, there is a young man who is also going to court, one of the 18 MPs that were fired by Duduzile Zuma, and now he's going to court on unfair dismissal. Now, the thing is with that young man, I don't think he understands how politics really work, because remember, this is not a job, this is a deployment. And when the party takes a decision to withdraw you from from representing the party in parliament, they can do that. That is why it is not a job. It's not. I don't think it falls under employment or labor relation act type of situation. The party can recall you at any given time they want to. I think he's going to lose on those grounds. And I think the reason why they also put up this structure as soon as possible, so that it can make political decisions. Like if any of the 18 that were fired, they can just quickly hold I don't know what, the National High Command structure meeting, and then they make a resolution that they are calling these 18. And then once that is done, of course, in court, it's going to play differently. But at the same time, I think it may have a chance, because that decision was never taken by the National High Command structure, because it was not formed yet. And therefore, any political decision that was taken by a person, or maybe even Jacob Zuma himself, it should be set aside. Maybe he has a point there. I'm not sure. But I think politics, or a political party, they have the right to deploy and also redeploy and also fire if they want to fire you as a public representative. I don't know. It's all very interesting. This drama, like I said, guys, I am very interested in it. It's going to unfold exactly from what I see, like the Congress of the People. Hope. And clearly, there was no lesson learned from other people who forming new political parties. Why don't people learn? Like, seriously. Other than that, guys, please let me know your own thoughts about what is happening in the MK party. And what do you think about Floyd Shivambu's papow and Julius Malema low key? Because we know what his name, Floyd Shivambu, is not a much of a petty person. He's more political, more smart. But if you read between the lines, he was at basically responding to Julius Malema. It was quite interesting. I was entertained. I couldn't stop laughing. And I think it's going to be entertaining, like I said, for the next 2 years. Let's see what's going to happen. Because Julius Malema is not going to let this one go. He too is going to throw in some few little whatever at Floyd Shivambu. And you know Julius Malema, he's direct. He names you if he has to name you. Yeah. Please do not leave this video without liking, sharing, commenting. And when you do subscribe, make sure to click the bell notification so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so very much for watching the ads. And I highly appreciate it, guys. Really, when you watch the ads, I highly appreciate it. And by the way, I do have a thanks button as well. Thank you so much. And let's see each other in my next video. Goodbye.